Next, moving on to the co-main event, we've got Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett. If you didn't know, this is actually for the vacant featherweight title because the current featherweight championships in the main event. Moving up.
Yeah, talking exactly about that hyper production. You see now how even they are making like a belts, they're like
Yeah.
printed belts, you know, just to again that narrative, So UFC is losing that 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 they had before, So that's sad to see, but like, okay, we have a title fight, 5 rounds, more option to make some good picks. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about this one?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm kind of surprised that they chose these guys in particular for the title fight, but it's going to be a fun fight nonetheless. I think Josh Emmett, he's shown that he's got a lot of power in his hands and he could knock a lot of people out. I like Yair Rodriguez striking for this. It's I don't even know what to call it. It's not taekwondo, it's not kickboxing, it's not karate. It's kind of his own style where you can't see anything coming, and he really makes it into an art. I think with Josh Emmett's skill set, the power in the hands is not going to be enough to take out Yair Rodriguez. I mean, if he catches him, for sure he can put his lights out. But I think Yair Rodriguez has shown time and time again like he could strike with some of the best, including Max Holloway, who I think like very highly of his striking. I believe was it 2 fights ago he was winning a lot of those striking exchanges. I thought against Max Holloway and losing some of the grappling exchanges en route to that loss, but I think Yair Rodriguez showed that he could stand up with anybody in the division, and if Josh Emmett is going to stand with him, I think it's Yair Rodriguez taking the title this weekend. How about you?
Yeah, I think Yair did something good, like he got like a perfect present, to win the title, because like
Hmm.
again talking about the styles, I don't see how Josh Emmett can win this fight. His style with like low stance, like a wide guard, and trying to run and chase that KO. He does have KO power. Even like if you guys remember, like with the jab, he put Mirsad Bektic to his butt and then finish it with ground and pound. Like in the last minute. And what's interesting, like they both have last minute finish the fights that they were losing. Yair, in my opinion, against Korean Zombie, and Emmett against Michael Johnson. So he was losing, and then he managed to knock him out. So he has that power. But like also, it's gonna happen sometimes. Like you're not gonna have that high percentage. Like the next guy that we're gonna talk about, and I'm pretty excited about him,
Yep, me too.
Maddalena.
Yep.
Like you don't have that velocity. You're not setting it up, like so you can have like high KO percentage. Like more or less, he's like it happens time to time. He has the power in the hands, but he doesn't have the tools to get himself in position to
Mhm.
to have like a lot of those high level how to say attempts for a KO. Let's say it like that.
Yeah.
Also, like we saw in the match against Qatar, and I think that's his last match that brought him to the table for the title. Like, and if you look, guys, that fight against Qatar and Emmett, like Qatar really has a similar build like a Yair.
Yeah.
And even if you see the same size, that they're both 5'11", if I'm not mistaken. So the only and in my opinion, he lost that fight. If you go back
Yeah.
and check the statistic, how much the strikes was, that there was like Qatar outstrike him 119 to 92.
Yeah. I remember it being very close. Like it could go either way, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and he outstrike him, and more or
Mhm.
less it was like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Like Yair is bringing like a lot of other weapons to the table. He's really, like you said, you cannot put his style. He's really unpredictable. he's gonna use a lot of those kicks every time, and every time when he switches his stance, he's gonna use those kicks. You know, he's gonna use
Mhm.
that kicks front, like that tricky kicks, like crazy kicks. You know, and also like he has unpredictable submissions. You know, like he's not maybe best jiu-jitsu guy, but like he has submissions that he can surprise you. If you just remember against Frankie Edgar, when he went for that knee bar, you know, like from the bad positions, he's gonna roll and try to get it, and he almost gets Frankie Edgar. I think that his
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu is higher level, more technical. How to say? That's what I'm saying. That his jiu-jitsu is not good. He would finish that because it was really good opportunity. So in the scrambles, in the crazy things, he's gonna get in position. You know, like, and again, Frankie is much higher level in defending and in jiu-jitsu department than Josh Emmett, so it was harder to catch him. But like I can see with the same attack, he would finish Josh Emmett. You know, that's
Mhm.
just my opinion. You know, so I really don't see how Emmett can win this fight because only way to bring to beat Yair is to make it a dog fight, to make him tired, to make him bleed. You know, especially he has a lot of those scar tissues. You know, uh,
Yeah.
he easily opens and bleed. You know, so that's the way how to beat him. Make him tired, make him bloody, make him sweaty, and for that you need the tools. And I don't see with Josh Emmett staying on the distance and they're just running, marching forward, and even in those marching, like he sometimes stays in awkward positions. Like even like for me, a couple of times it looked like he's gonna fall on the head. You know, he stays how to say in outbalanced or whatever,
Mhm.
just like out of the position for
Yeah.
striking. And especially like a dangerous striker like a Yair, that's like Christmas Christmas evening.
Yeah, we could possibly have two Mexican champions in like I think like two pay-per-views back to back, right? Because the last one was Moreno.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're
So
right.
Mexico's coming up big this year, and if he wins, that is. But a little bit surprised. I wonder if they came to Max Holloway with this offer because you would think that if anybody gets a shot at the vacant title, Max Holloway would be one of those names. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, you see, you're right, but like I think again, it's all about the new faces. You know,
Hmm.
maybe Max was like taking some time off. I don't know when he had his last fight. You know, like his fights were like pretty tough. You know,
Yeah.
lately. You know, too much damage. I don't know. Does he now taking more breaks between the fights? And also like to make again Yair against Max. Maybe that wasn't interesting to them. Maybe they try like to. I think they gave like I said at the beginning. I think this is the gift for Yair because he's super exciting guy and he will probably have like a one of the crazy KOs because there is
Yeah.
so much opening for him to create really good moment and to make a
Mhm.
highlight KO. You know, and then after that, it's gonna be so easy to market Yair against Volkanovski because that match. Just think about like this. Okay, now it makes more sense. It makes sense in my brain now when I'm saying it makes more. Like, okay, they gave Max to Emmett or Max uh, and Yair. Most likely, Max is gonna win. A new match between Max and Volkanovski doesn't bring that much.
Right.
You know, it's just like deja vu. Okay, we saw it like Yair against Volkanovski is so easily promoted. You know,
Hmm.
and I think it's gonna be amazing fight and new challenge for Volkanovski.
Yeah, that's a good point. It shows some foresight to their planning. And even if Volkanovski and Rodriguez don't happen right away, or Emmett for that matter, like Max could still slide in. But he actually has a fight scheduled not too far from now against Arnold Allen. So I'm kind of surprised, but it does make sense that they just want new faces, new blood in that title contention.
Exactly.